Here it is. You know it, you love it, and you use it for almost every ailment because your grandmother told you to. But how useful is Epsom salt for the feet? Check this out. Most people are familiar with Epsom salt. You've seen it in the stores, or you know someone who uses it. Maybe they even use it on a regular basis. But what is it? In the 1500s, it was discovered in a small town in England by the name of, you guessed it, Epsom. It was used as a laxative, and it's still used as a laxative today. Epsom salt is a mineral. And like any salt, it draws water to itself by the process of osmosis. The chemical name for Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. And through the process of osmosis, depending on the concentration, the salt either draws water to itself, or in small concentrations, the salt will go toward water. As a laxative, it causes water to be absorbed into the gut and helping to flush out the GI tract. Epsom salt has a long history for being used in baths, soaks, and compresses to soothe painful muscles and joints. I have many patients who swear by this. They've been using it for years, especially my seniors, and they know that it helps them get through the day, or especially at the end of the day. When people soak their feet in Epsom salt after a long, hard day, is it really the Epsom salt that's helping their feet to feel better? I had a professor tell me once that it's the warm water that actually makes the patient's foot feel better. Warm water opens up the blood vessels, opens up the pores, and increases the local circulation. So it really may not be the Epsom salt. It may just be the warmth that's making the people's feet feel better. If you use Epsom salt in this way, do a little experiment on yourself. One day, try it with the Epsom salt and see how the feet feel. And the next time, just try it with just the water, no Epsom salt, and see if it feels the same or if it feels any different. As a podiatrist, I've recommended and instructed patients to use warm water Epsom salt soaks for several reasons. The first is for after an ingrown toenail procedure. The Epsom salt soak will help draw out fluid from the infected area, reduce the inflammation, reduce the swelling, and help the patient to feel better and to dry that whole area out to increase the healing process. Another good use for Epsom salt soaks is wet athlete's foot. It helps to dry up the skin and to help prevent the spread of the fungal organisms so that any medicine that's used on the skin to treat it will work more effectively. Now, this is not to be used in dry and scaly athlete's foot. Remember, the Epsom salt will cause dryness of the skin, and that will actually perpetuate that problem. Now, Epsom salt soaks are good for soothing the feet, especially at the end of a hard day, but they should not be used for acute injuries or lumps and bumps or gout. I've even had patients who unfortunately tried to use Epsom salt soaks for their diabetic foot wounds, and on multiple occasions have almost lost a limb. So be sure you're using the Epsom salt for the correct indications. Another reason why you should not use Epsom salt soaks is if you have dry skin. Remember, the Epsom salt draws water out of the skin, so that will just make a dry skin problem worse. Also, Epsom salt is not antifungal, so it's not going to do anything for fungal toenails. However, if you do have those wet, sweaty, funky feet, it is a great treatment for that. I recommend a tablespoon of Epsom salt in a basin of warm water. Stir until the salt is completely dissolved, and then soak your feet for about 20 to 30 minutes. So yes, Epsom salt soak is a great home remedy for many foot problems, but it's not for everything. If you have chronic foot pain or if you have an acute injury, be sure you see a podiatrist to make sure that that issue gets diagnosed properly and a treatment plan is devised. Otherwise, trying to do something at home on your own could make the situation worse. This is Kevin Jefferson, the DC Foot Doctor. Thank you very much for watching this video. Like it with a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell so you will know when a new video has been uploaded. Share it with your family and friends. If you leave a comment or a question, it may be featured in a future video. But most importantly, take care of your feet.